But now to something slightly less irritating, or slightly less, not irritating, just Diddy stuff in general is irritating. But we have just like stupid celebrity stuff. I also wanted to feature more women on this channel, so we have Miss Amala Akbunabi here to show us what the fuck Lorde's been doing. I never really liked Lorde as a artist in general. Like when she came up, she's just kind of like another pseudo edgy kind of sing songy bitch. But apparently she says someday she's a man, and that reminded me of something from way back when this whole identity shit happened, like some odd years ago. Somebody else did something like that. I want to say it was Katy Perry, but some other celebrity was like, "Oh, I'm gay. Now I'm trans. Oh, now I'm not trans." Or now like it was like it was in the headlines like 3 days in a row. It was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Right? I think that was really the kickoff of like the. It was a small thing back then, kind of, but it was like one of those big things that, like, when the general public saw it, was like, what are you even talking about, right? It really kind of skewed the public perception. But let's see what Lord's talking about.
All right, guys, we are back. It's our year 2025, and I thought that meant we were over with the gender stuff, but apparently we're not. In celebrity woo-woo land, the gender stuff is still going on. And now, apparently, joining the ranks of people like Sam Smith, Bella Ramsey, Jonathan Van Ness, Janelle Monáe, Emma Darcy, is our new, possibly non-binary queen, Lorde. Yeah, you know the singer Lorde. She's got that song, Royals. She was on the Hunger Games soundtrack. Well, now she says she feels like a man and a woman. What does that mean? I don't know, but let's talk about it. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yesterday, we're going to be talking about Lorde, who is on a self-proclaimed gender journey. She says on some days she feels like a woman, on other days she feels like a man, and she's recently spoken about this on Rolling Stone and some other interviews, and I guess we're going to dive into the idea that Lorde thinks she is both a man and a woman, and where that might come from. I thought we were, getting...
Personally, I think it comes from pandering. Not saying that like celebrities can't have identity issues. It's just that like when it's said like that, it just feels pandery to me.
Out of the realm of gender.
Kind of like when Katy Perry came back down from space.
Confusion with everything that's happened recently, but I guess not. I guess it is still a hot topic within Hollywood.
I'm gonna be a dad.
Now, she said in a recent interview that she was speaking to none other than Chappell Roan, who's a new pop star on a meteoric rise. She's a cisgendered lesbian. Yeah, that's how we talk about people these days. That's how I'm going to define Chappell Roan. Now, Lorde says in a conversation with Chappell Roan, she was like, so are you non-binary now? And I was like, I'm a woman, except for the days when I'm a man. There's a part of me that is really resistant to boxing it up, meaning being held to the gender, sex, whatever phrase you want to use that you were born with. That's apparently boxing yourself in. And of course, Lorde is not a man and a woman. Lorde is simply a woman, but if she's teasing this idea, she's changing her style, she's changing her fashion, and all in anticipation of, I guess, a new album that's coming out this week or the next week titled
didn't I say something about being pandering?
How much of this is PR? Like, how much of this is just something to be a little avant-garde and unique and out of the box, as she would say, in coming out and saying, some days I feel like a woman and some days I feel like a man, because I struggle to even understand what that means. But we do have a little bit of video here in an interview that she did with Emma Chamberlain, where she gives us, I guess, a little taste of what it means to be male and female. Let's watch.
Didn't we have a whole big like situation some odd years ago when the trans stuff started happening, and one female to male transitioned really well and would start living the life of a man, quote unquote, and like realized how lonely and shit it was. Like, I don't think like when I look back and see things like that, when people do things like this, it makes me feel like it's pandering again, Like that person still doesn't know what it's like to be like a man for real, but they have like a real, like a more sincere shot, a more sincere try at what a man's life is and can be like. This, like, sometimes I feel like a man, sometimes like a woman, it's insulting on both ends. You know what I'm saying?
Never seen anything like this from Tom Brown. Tell me everything about it.
Okay, so this is custom Tom Brown. This is my creation. It's something of an Easter egg. More will be revealed, but I just love
You know what would be kind of sick?
the open back. To me, it like
I can't tell. It looks like she like stitched it into her fucking side here, cause there's no strap at all. That's actually pretty cool. Aside from whatever else she's talking about, that's pretty cool idea.
will be revealed, but I just love the open back. To me, it like really represents where I'm at, gender wise.
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like a man and a woman,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
kind of vibe.
glued on.
Absolutely.
It's a take on the cummerbund.
But no,
Tom Brown did all this deconstructed Taylor in it.
Did that give you guys any clarity? For me, no.
No,
Fellas,
it was
if
very
there's any
confusing.
men listening right now, does it scream masculine when you guys have an open back?
No, it doesn't.
I don't get it. I mean, Emma
Not for me.
Chamberlain really seems to get it. She's like, yeah, totally. And I want her to describe what yeah, totally means to her when she's affirming what it is that Lorde is saying about some days feeling like a man and others feeling like a woman. And I have to think that, of course, give her the benefit of the doubt that she actually believes what she's saying. I want to be charitable. She's coming out with similar works that kind of represent that fashion moment that I guess she had when being interviewed by Emma Chamberlain. She posted this photo of her with her boobs duct taped, and she wrote Man of the Year, an offering from really deep inside me, the song I'm proudest of on Virgin. It's out next week, and we can see this sort of similar.
Oh yeah, no, that's
visuals here
pandery as
with the
fuck.
duct tape breasts, and I guess the very masculine open back that's taking place. And to Lorde, I gotta say, girl, you are enough as a woman. I'm a fan of Lorde. I've listened to her music for quite some time. She was hot on the scene at a very, very young age, and she maintains her position as like a titan within the music industry even now. She just had a hot moment with Charlie XCX on her album Brat with Girl So Confusing, and funnily enough, the chorus to that song is "It's so confusing to be a girl," and they just say that over and over and over again. I guess she's a little bit more confused than the rest of us on that front, because
I guess you weren't
can't be a man and a
lying.
woman at the same time. I can understand that she may feel masculine on some days and feminine on others, and you can show that to the world without having to say that you're a man on those days. And interestingly enough, like Lorde is a very unique individual, it seems, a very unique artist, and she has carried that with her just boldly the entire time she's been within Hollywood. And I don't understand why that's not enough to be in your package as a woman, in the box as a woman, this unique sort of avant-garde, flamboyant, androgynous individual who also happens to be a woman. It seems as though as soon as we reach a certain level of uniqueness, or whatever we deem to be that level of uniqueness, we step out of the box of being a woman and now have to ask ourselves, am I non-binary? Am I a man on other days and a woman on the rest? I'm not sure that it makes sense. Why can't you just be a really unique iteration of a woman who's sometimes masculine and sometimes feminine? When we start to challenge stereotypes or the typical iterations of what it means to be a woman or to be feminine, that's when we truly come into our power. But when you challenge those things and immediately think, well, I must be a man on the days that I'm doing that, I'm not sure what we accomplish. But I think we're being sold that this is a unique way to express ourselves, and it's a unique way to come into our own and challenge our concepts.
Well, it's not
gender and
unique
sex.
anymore.
But I think it's in
I'll tell you that
fact
much.
the opposite.
Yeah, I'd love to be a fish of them.
What, like a fly fisherman?
I'd be any type of fish of them. I think I would like to, one day I'd just like to end my days fishing.
To get some more clarity, I guess, on what Lorde is thinking here, she said in her Rolling Stone article that she's coining this term called the ooze, and it's the act of letting herself take up more space in everything she does, whether physically or creatively. Doing so opened the floodgates of her own identity. She says, my gender got way more expansive when I gave my body more room. Again, I struggle to understand what that means. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some
I know that we're all
explanation on that
supposed to,
one.
make space. Means you guys floodgates of her own identity. She says, my gender got way more expansive when I gave my body more room. Again.
My gender got way more expansive when I gave my body more room. But you yourself are not expanding. Your concepts are expanding. Your philosophy is expanding. You as an individual being are not expanding. Outside of like the normal, growing old and shit, shedding your skin, cells reborn and all that shit. Aside from that, your body's not getting nothing.
gender got way more expansive when I gave my body more room. Again, I struggle to understand what that means. You guys are gonna have to let me know.
I really
in
know
the
how high she
comments.
was when
I
she
know
said
that
that,
we're
'cause
all
I'm not
supposed to,
nearly high enough to
make
unpack
space
that.
and take space and be as big or small as we want to be. But hey, you know, we don't all just get to change up our gender on any given day. Sometimes we are born a woman and we are a woman. And you might be a really like interesting, unique woman like Lorde is, or you might be some other iteration of a woman. Whatever you are, that's okay. But nonetheless, you are a woman. You are a she, her. You're not a they, them. You're not a he, him. And it's okay. In fact, it's even better when you
It is
can
okay.
manage to accept that part of yourself and accept all the different ways in which you can show up as a woman or a man in this world. I've always thought it's been really regressive to think of yourself as something different as soon as you step out of the bounds of what we dictated to be feminine and what we dictated to be masculine. So, Lorde, if you're listening, dear Lord, dear Lord, I think you're a woman, and that's okay because you're a pretty cool woman. And even if you weren't cool, you know, you'd still be a woman, and that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And today's a short video because it's a short sentiment. I don't think there's really much more to say to this. And when we
Not
give this
much
more time
more,
than
no.
it's worth or is deemed necessary for this conversation,
It's
I
not.
think we have it take
I
up a little
appreciate
bit
it,
too
though.
much space. And sometimes in our little lowly lives as human beings, just like all the other human beings around us, we don't need to take up more space all the time. And we don't need to make our gender and our self-concept more expansive than what it actually is. And in the case of Lorde, what it actually is a woman. But guys, those are my thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, if you disagree with anything I said
I
in
don't
this
know why
video,
that was
do
so
get out, but do
funny.
so respectfully in the comments down below. We encourage healthy debate on this channel. And if
Oh,
you like this video, like,
respectfully?
subscribe,
I
hit
was
the
gonna
notification
call
bell to be
some
notified
bullshit.
every single time I post a video for you guys, which is sometimes every day, except when crazy things are happening. But I think we're back, guys, and we're back with a vengeance.
Yeah, this is a great video. I think I'm already sub to you. I am sub to you. Boom. I've been sub to her for a while. And I've been waiting for her fucking twin to actually nut up and debate with her. I just saw her twin. I can't remember her name right now. But I saw her twin just do a debate with Andrew Wilson. And it's like, she can't dance with Amala. Andrew Wilson's Andrew Wilson. It was a great debate, but like, she's too childish. She's entirely too childish to want to debate with Amala. I swear to God, she is. But I feel like that's what her twin's doing though. She's going through. She also did Charlie Kirk as well. I think twice. But so like it's like she's doing the going the gauntlet again. Her training in before she goes dance with Amala, which is be fun to see. I've been waiting for that shit for a long time. But now we got music to get to.
I'm the overachiever, pleaser. Never should a nigga feel like I'm that nigga's equal.